Maddie, how the
Yes,
fuck you been?
I've been fucking great.
All right. Well, that's great to hear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, when I hit the button, it should go, but it didn't that time. And
I'm
this is
sorry.
another issue. I've been having a lot of issues. Now, I went through the Starbucks drive-through real quick right before the show started.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it helps keep my energy levels up. You know, if I hit a little lag or I get to a song that's, I'm not queued up, I'm not on my toes, boop, I find a venti would just put the fire under my ass, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but is it actually working?
Yeah, between this and I'm telling you what, this and the Malibu, Kickapoo Malibu, they should do a limited edition of Cali Blue,
Ooh,
which is like
fancy.
maybe you mix avocado flavor into the blueberry. I don't know. What's a California staple? Our orange groves in Anaheim.
I don't know, I'm not in California.
No locations, Maddie. Please, we don't want to
No,
we
not.
don't want to send. There could be internet stalkers out there.
Yeah, all
They
of
could
them.
come to your house if they could triangulate your signal. You don't want that.
Yeah, the triangulation's not
And
good.
that's something you're going to have to worry about when we get to the forward operating bases in the new Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I think you're going to have to worry about abduction, infiltration, the property being stolen, all kinds of issues.
Yep, all of it.
Well, now, me and you, we have something to talk about, don't we?
We do.
I want to have a heart-to-heart about Gwar. Let's do it.
Well, what do you want to know first?
Well, I know that you had an update. You said you were going to call into the show and we were going to discuss it. So why don't you start off the segment?
Well, the last time I called, I told you that I was working for them for the Gwar B-Q, their festival, for their haunted house.
Yeah, I saw on social media you've been printing or posting some photos of some props and stuff you get to work with.
I did. I got to fix some of their really old props that were about as old as I am.
Wow. So some of the props that like the original members probably made and constructed themselves.
They were. There was one that he's called Skullhead Face, and he was from about 1993 or 1994. So it was his original.
Wow, that's cool.
His original mold, and there's debate on who his head was molded after, but the general consensus is that it was Jello Biafra's head.
Really? That
Yeah.
is that just a rumor amongst the staff there, or does it look like Biafra's head?
Not Skullhead Face, but the head that it was molded for. So for him to wear.
Oh wow! Did he ever perform with Gwar?
I'm not actually sure. I'm sure he did.
I feel like that would have fit in line with, especially like him trying to do his spoken word shit during the '90s. Like they could have definitely booked gigs together.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
he. Musical.
Yeah, he was. I know he was close with them because he did speak at the memorial for Odorous last year.
Wow, I saw that. For the viewers at home, you could look it up. There was a YouTube channel that does, I think it's called someone will know the name. But anyway, it's a YouTube channel where they have a bunch of bands come in and do a cover.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that?
Anyway, Gwar came in and did West End Girls by, who is that? Fuck, I can't think right now.
Pet Shop
Boys, yeah. And, but then they went into, from that, they just went into that, like, I think it's Jim Rose or someone Rose, those are people who died song.
Yeah.
I think it was in a Jackass song most people know it from, but I know it, I don't know, that song used to be on the fucking radio back in the day, but.
Yeah, and they made it very personal. They ended up doing that song during the next tour, too.
Okay, so they've written those, because they had written custom lyrics about Odorous, those are people who died, and it was, the tweet I read when it was tweeted, like, watch this video, it's unusually heartwarming, and it would probably make Odorous puke, which was very, I thought, well put.
It would, yeah.
It probably would, because it was very cool, especially if you like that song, and it's cool to hear Gwar's cover of it. I mean, the West End Girls was fun, but really that second half where they do the other track, that was really cool. And then, Hold on, roll. I have to roll by hitting the tapping the crouch button. Oh, there we go. Roll. Anyway, side note, I saw that video. That was pretty cool. And
It was pretty cool.
I'm sure you liked it as well.
I did. But yeah, so the haunted house.
Yes, do get back. Let's get back on track one time.
Oh, son of a bitch!
The haunted house, yes.
So we didn't use chainsaws per your suggestion. Mostly because someone forgot to bring it.
Okay, so, well, you know, these things happen. Sometimes people forget speakers. Sometimes people forget a chainsaw. One time I forgot a controller. I had to run back home and get one. These things,
That's really unfortunate.
These things happen.
That's unfortunate.
This is the tutorial on CQC. I thought it was always pretty cool, but it might be taking up a lot of the stream today, so maybe I should advance past it. But I always thought that, just to comment real quickly in between the Gwar speak, to get to see how Mother Base recruitment would go, you know, by this secret island, you know, that they're, or this beach that they're meeting on and having training in the rain. I always thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, the militaire sans frontiere. Go ahead, Maddie. Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, son of a bitch!
We had a Nazi Pope.
Oh, a Nazi Pope.
We had the Nazi Pope who had a bottle of blood and who would bless people with the blood as they came through.
Oh, that's something really scary to have in a haunted house.
We had...
I don't want to be blessed by a Nazi or a Pope.
No. And the guy we actually had inside of Nazi Pope had family members, grandparents who...
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes. So
Wait.
he was very good. He was very willing to...
It's all in the name of
to help
humor.
us.
It's all in the name
It
of
is.
free speech. If you want to have a Nazi Pope and call that art, then you should have that. And God damn it, I didn't go to 7 years of liberal arts college to find that out the hard way. I don't know what any of that means. Those are just things that I think I would, if I was like gonna impress a girl on a Tinder date, I would say that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I bet you could. You'd fit really well in Richmond.
In Richmond, Virginia?
Yes.
In Richmond, Virginia, born and raised. That's not how it goes, is it?
Close.
Shit. I'm gonna tase him. Left stick when attack me is nearby, R1. Oh, do this. Alright, I'm getting through it. Well, Maddie.
Yes.
I'm glad that the Gwar B-Q was successful and you had fun. You got to work hands-on with some, like, historical, especially if you're into Gwar. Like, that's a perspective not a lot of people get.
It was really exciting. And I made a bunch of dead babies. I don't know if you saw those.
Yeah, I did see the dead babies, you know. As long as you're not selling them at Planned Parenthood, I don't think that we're going to have any issues.
No, it was good.
That's
and I got to, we went to Slave Pit, which is their base of operations, their warehouse area. And so we got to see what they're doing for the tour that just started yesterday. And they're actually fighting the internet.
Oh, it's Gwar versus the internet for the new tour?
Gwar versus the internet, yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I wouldn't put my money on them. They know 4chan's part of the internet, right?
Well, they don't know that the internet is not a person.
Oh, I get you. Well, they're monsters. They wouldn't have that kind of information. They didn't attend our school systems or go through our, you know, churches, institutional learning facilities, that kind of thing.
You're right.
All right, Maddie. Well, thank you very much for the update. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, of course. We sure do love you. We'll see you next time. That'll do it. We're going to be right back. I'm going to learn some more CQC.